What's that?
It's the king and Diz. I mean, Ansem the Wise. They must be higher up. We better hurry.
I'd rather we just skip the formalities.
A battle for time.
The first to run out of time is the loser.
This is Luxord. He has pretty unique mechanics. Throw us into this ball form where we can't do anything but run away. Just dodge. Never particularly good at this fight. It also kind of comes out of nowhere. I feel like they wanted to work him in somewhere, but couldn't really figure out how to do it.
Look closely. Look closely.
It's over.
Look closely.
You can actually see him on the back of the card.
Back off. Back off. Take this. Back off.
I've really been wasting time here. I'm still pretty far behind.
A challenge. Do you know the rules? I do. A challenge.
Found a card.
A challenge. A challenge. Look who's on top of the game.
Light. Back off. Light.
Sora. Do you know the rules? Don't squander your time.
This crap, man. This sucks.
Don't squander your time.
Doesn't really feel like my fault, honestly. Let's do it again.
The first to run out of time is the loser.
Battle is very poorly explained. Doesn't really make any sense in the story. He just kind of pops up. Luxord himself isn't really investigated at all.
Take this. It's over.
Hearts. Look close.
I'm supposed to be the one to begin the game there?
It's over.
Look closely.
Back off. Take this! It's over! This is
As soon as I get rid of the cards, he gets more.
Take this! This is it! Back off!
Do you know the rules?
Take this!
Hey, that was good.
Back off!
Look who's on
Okay,
top
so
of
maybe
the
the trick
game.
is you gotta trigger that begin the game thing with them. That refills your time. Fucking mine?
Do you know the rules?
And then he just puts me back in this. There's no way to win that game. You just come out and turn into this.
Don't squander your time. Don't squander your
Don't
time.
squander your time, he says, as if there's anything else I can do about it. At least his time ticks down too, I guess.
Back off!
A challenge, is it? Do you know the rules?
It's over!
Okay, that ought to do it.
This is it!
You played the game quite well.
Fuck off, Luxor.
How could you, Roxas?
That's Sora!
And what did Roxas owe you? You guys barely even spoke to each other.
You okay?
Yeah, no worries. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, Luxord is definitely probably the weakest link in the organization. He talks a lot. He says a lot of crap about gambling, but he just kind of sits there making his remarks. Doesn't really seem to have any direct, like, responsibility or anything within the organization. Just makes all these gambling comments and works for Xemnas, and I don't know. I don't even know what his deal is. Every other character has, like, at least a little bit of something going on, but not Luxord. I don't know, man. And his fight sucks. We got the rest of the secret reports. I'm trying to remember where those are. Here we go. We have 1 through 10. My efforts these many years have come to fruition, with the world I govern having become a paradise worthy of being called Radiant Garden. Nurtured by the pure water that is the source of life, fragrant flowers bloom in abundance, and the people face each day with hopeful smiles. But where there is light, darkness also lurks. As noted in my earlier reports, I must solve the mystery of this darkness of the heart. This paradise depends on it. I shall perform an experiment to probe the depths of a person's heart. One of my own apprentices, Xehanort, has volunteered to be a subject. The young man has served me ever since I nursed him back from death's door some years ago. He had lost all his memories at the time, but later showed remarkable intellectual curiosity and readily absorbed my teachings, gaining deep wisdom. Any mental immaturity is surely due to his young age. If I explore Xehanort's heart with psychological tests, I may be able to recall the past locked away within. My apprentice, Evan, has also shown great interest in Xehanort's memories. But is he really the right subject? Xehanort does indeed exhibit extraordinary talents. Too extraordinary. Evan there, when you rearrange that and add an X, you get Vexen. I have made a grave mistake. My study of the darkness of the heart began with a simple psychological test and quickly snowballed. Spurred on by my youngest apprentice Ienzo, which is Zexion, I constructed a massive laboratory in the basement of my castle. Unbeknownst to me, my 6 apprentices then began collecting a large number of subjects on which to perform dangerous experiments into the darkness of the heart. As soon as I found out, I called my apprentices together and ordered them not only to cease their studies, but to destroy the results of their research thus far. What on earth was happening within the hearts of my 6 beloved apprentices? While pursuing the mystery of the darkness of the heart, could they themselves have strayed into its depths? Yet I remain the most foolish of all for having begun these experiments. We are not meant to interfere in the depths of another's heart, no matter what our reasons for doing so, and my error plunged me into despair. A visitor from another world soothed my dejected soul. A tiny king named Mickey came wielding a legendary key, the infamous Keyblade, said to bring both chaos and prosperity to the world. He was very knowledgeable on many topics, and we deepened our friendship as we conversed companionably. Upon his advice, I decided to review the data contained at my basement lab. That is when I discovered the Ansem reports. Though they bore my name, the only one I had written was number 0. Apparently he had gone on to pen numbers 1 through 8 himself. Yes, the first subject in my foolish experiments. So they're getting at Xehanort having written the Ansem reports from Kingdom Hearts 1, except for report number 0. Chaos affects not only this world, but many other worlds besides. In the Ansem reports, my apprentice Xehanort had written under my name, I found the records of his hideous experiments along with his hypothesis about the door that had appeared out of the darkness in my basement. All living things have hearts, and all hearts hold darkness deep within. Worlds are no exception. If a world is a being, the heart it holds must be colossal, and the darkness at its core must be monstrous indeed. Did Xehanort pass through that door in an attempt to contact that dark realm? No, not only Xehanort. It appears my other 5 apprentices, believing it was for the sake of research, stared deep into the darkness and were pulled into it. Evan, Ienzo, Braig, Dilan, and Elias. That being Vexen, Zexion, Zigbar, who's this? Dylan, I'm not pulling the mind right away, but Elias. Dylan would be Zaldin. Zaldin, right, that makes sense. They have ceased to be human. I too have had everything taken away from me, banished to a hollow realm of nothingness. What is Xehanort hoping to gain with my pilfered existence? Will my people cease to smile? If the light of hope has been extinguished, I shall henceforth walk with darkness as a friend, here in the realm of nothingness to which I have been relegated. Darkness in the midst of nothing. Darkness in 0. Thus I shall be known as Diz, discarding the stolen name Ansem and going in search of revenge. The distant days spent in that beautiful paradise are an illusion to me now. How long have I been here, banished to the realm of nothingness? It is only by relying upon my anger and hatred that I have been able to retain my sense of self here, where all existence is nullified. My heart is being overcome with hatred towards my apprentices, possessed by the darkness, and with the anger I feel for stupidly allowing myself to be betrayed. Is this darkness eating away at my heart? I cannot continue to idle my time away here. What are Xehanort and the others attempting to do? I must unravel the mystery of these Ansem reports, intercept my apprentices, and defeat them. That is my mission, the only way to repay the world for my sins. Those beings who lack hearts, the heartless, must be the key. And here he doesn't understand which is which. The darkness of the heart made flesh. Cursed shadows who not only lack hearts, but multiply by seizing hearts from any and all living things. Where have they come from, and where are they going? God Night Joe. 3 elements combine to create life, a heart, a soul, and a body. But what of the soul and body left behind when the heart is lost? When the soul leaves the body, its vessel, life gives way to death. But what about when the heart leaves? A being does not perish when its heart leaves its body. The heart alone disappears into the darkness. There is little time. If I remain in this realm much longer, I will certainly learn these answers the hard way. My heart is already a captive of the darkness. So he is saying that the heartless lack hearts, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, it's muddy. It's muddy. There's no good answer. In this realm where all existence has been disintegrated, I have just barely managed to preserve my sense of self by continuing to think and write. It is a place where even time has lost all meaning. Eternity is as but a moment here. I must make haste. Certainly their plans are already underway. The Heartless must be the key to unraveling this mystery. The 6 traders were operating a laboratory that churned out those cursed shadows. Not only did they generate pure blood Heartless from living hearts, but they then used those Heartless to synthesize artificial versions of the creatures as well. These synthetic Heartless bore insignias and were called emblems. Pure blood or emblem, these Heartless act only to fulfill their instinctive needs. They single-mindedly detect hearts and swarm around them. A human's commands would be ineffective. The Heartless would easily steal the human's heart and use it to increase their own ranks. But what if an even stronger Heartless was giving the orders? If he cast aside his own soul and body and became a Heartless, wouldn't he be able to control the otherwise intractable Heartless? Furthermore, wouldn't he be planning to make use of these creatures' instincts? If the heart-seeking Heartless have their sights set on a larger, more powerful heart, their ultimate goal is crystal clear. The largest heart in existence, the heart of the world. This is all conjecture, but it would seem that he is utilizing the Heartless in his search for a path leading to the heart of the world. My choice to befriend darkness here in the midst of nothingness was a sound one. The moment I stared straight ahead with a calm heart, neither rejecting darkness nor fearing it, I gained a newfound power. A superhuman power, the power of darkness. It is likely Xehanort and the others were enraptured by this power, eventually becoming its prisoners. I do not intend to allow my heart to be devoured by the darkness as they did, of course. With this new power, I uncovered a corridor of darkness that connects the realm of nothingness to the outside world. While it is still difficult to come and go as I please, my banishment is now a thing of the past. To deceive Xehanort and my apprentices, I first used my power to change form before returning to the realm of light. As I had suspected, Xehanort had become a Heartless. Under my name, he commanded other Heartless in quests to snatch away the hearts of many different worlds. At the center of the hearts Xehanort had stolen was Kingdom Hearts, which attracts tremendous darkness to itself and attempts to send any and all matter back to its depths. The other 5 had disappeared. Will they become Heartless like Xehanort? Or did they vanish after Xehanort exploited them? I became familiar with an unusual entity while pursuing the truth. It is the soul and body that remain when a being loses its heart. When a Heartless is born, these entities disappear from the realm of light to be reborn entirely new beings in a completely different realm. While beings born of darkness and those lacking hearts may find them convenient, it is dangerous for others to make much use of the corridors of darkness. Darkness erodes the heart. In search of a place to proceed with my research and planning away from prying eyes, I found myself in Twilight Town. It is a quiet village forgotten in the chasm between light and darkness. I situated myself in the basement of an abandoned mansion standing beyond the woods. My underground research resulted in one new discovery after another. When a Heartless is born, the body and soul left behind are reborn into this world as a different being. They possess different intentions than their Heartless brethren, and while it is unclear what these sentient things are after, it would appear they are responsible for much bedlam in the world. My erstwhile friend the king and his subjects, along with a hero wielding the Keyblade, are battling the Heartless even as a new threat approaches. This new threat, they have given themselves a fitting name, I suppose. These non-beings, nobodies. A great number of nobodies have lost human form, as have the Heartless, yet the nobody born of someone with a strong heart retains its shape, but with the faintest visible changes. It appears my betrayers have retained their forms as nobodies, and are gathering more followers in hopes of furthering a new scheme. Organization 13, formed of 13 nobodies with my betrayers at its core, has divided into 2. They are said to be carrying out some sort of research. Seeking to uncover the plans of this organization, I have decided to head for where 6 of its members have gathered, towering over the outer limits of the realm between darkness and light, Castle Oblivion. It appears I have been too distracted by the behavior of Xehanort and his cohorts, and by the events occurring in their vicinity. My friend's struggle to protect the realm of light from the threat of the Heartless is now over, with Xehanort's Heartless, going by the name Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, defeated at last. The other wielder of the Keyblade, this hero, traveled from world to world, sealing up keyholes and laying Heartless low. Meanwhile, the king, who had dived into the realm of darkness, working with the Keyblade-wielding hero to close the door to Kingdom Hearts from the realms of both darkness and light, thus holding off the threat of tremendous darkness. There are still a great number of Heartless afoot, and Organization 13 and the Nobodies continue to be active in the shadows. Indeed, the world is still a very dangerous place. We must find a way to do battle with these enemies. Thus I will make both amends and have my revenge. It is for this reason that I infiltrated Castle Oblivion. It consists of 13 floors above and 12 floors below ground, with the contents of its white rooms transforming in response to its visitors' memories. Organization 13 was conducting experiments on memory here. The subject in these experiments, a girl named Namine, appeared to possess extremely unusual abilities. Were they attempting to derive something from these powers? Refusing to be distracted by Organization 13, I had returned to my own secret research when a new visitor appeared at the castle today. It was Sora, the Keyblade-wielding hero who had defeated Ansem and his companions. Deep underground, the stench of darkness arose. All the players were coming together, it would seem. I should have expected nothing less from a Keyblade-wielding hero. Sora and friends defied the machinations of Organization 13 and rescued Namine. Namine was a witch who controlled the memories of others. Most likely these powers were achieved through a special process when she was born. Namine is a nobody created when a young girl's heart left her body, yet she has no corresponding heartless. This is because the young girl, in this case, was a princess. Kairi, a resident of Radiant Garden over which I had ruled, was one of the 7 princesses that uphold the realm of light. So she's not from Destiny Islands, she's from Radiant Garden. With no darkness in her heart, Kairi produced no heartless, and instead of vanishing, her body remained in the realm of light. In other words, both the nobody called Namine and her heartless, the proof of a lost heart, are extremely unstable beings who lack the bodies needed to produce a nobody. Therefore, they also lack Kairi's memories. One reason for this may be that Kairi's heart did not return to the darkness when separated from her body, but rather migrated to another vessel, deeper than Sora's heart. That is, Namine is an alter ego of the Kairi who has directly interfered with Sora's heart. Could this be why Sora and those whose hearts are connected to him were able to have their memories controlled? She is a non-being in the truest sense of the word. Having not even become a true nobody and with nowhere left to go, she is but the most fleeting of shadows. So Kairi was from Radiant Garden, and she was the princess of that land. And kind of like the Final Fantasy heroes, she was booted out of her home when it was destroyed by the darkness and became Hollow Bastion. She ended up on the islands. Sora went to sleep in order to recover the memories he lost in Castle Oblivion. It would take quite some time to bring back all the memories he had created in his lifetime, but Organization 13 held sway over Castle Oblivion. Sora would need to be kept someplace more secure. I persuaded Namine to move the slumbering Sora to Twilight Town for safekeeping. Namine. As I have written here before, she is a most unusual being. Born of the same process as a nobody, but lacking virtually all the elements of a nobody. Perhaps she continues drawing in hopes of capturing that which she lacks, the memories of others, especially Sora. I have arrived at a hypothesis. I believe that Namine was born as a special type of nobody when Sora attacked himself with the Keyblade, causing his and Kairi's hearts to leave their bodies simultaneously. Namine emerged as Kairi's nobody, but the body and soul necessary to exist as a nobody belonged to Sora. When a person's heart is stolen, a heartless is born with no sense of self, and the body and soul left behind give rise to a nobody. But what if one willingly releases one's heart from one's body? Sora and Xehanort retain their selfhood even after becoming heartless. Then there are Kairi and Namine. Kairi was exceptional for having had no darkness in her heart. Also exceptional was that her heart, once freed, migrated to a new vessel, Sora. The combination of these two theoretically unlikely exceptions may be behind this anomaly. There are matters I must attend to while Sora is sleeping. A new ally has appeared on the scene, Riku. So those are the secret Ansem reports, chronicling what Ansem did during the events of the first game and Chain of Memories, and overlapping a little bit into this game, though not too much. That's a lot of lore there, not much of which is really that necessary to understanding the broad scopes. But if you want to understand the deeper stuff, you really got to read that stuff closely. I'm going to save, because that battle sucked. It's a lot of reading. Throat's dry. Alright, the Luna Diviner. So this door was not open before, but it is now. And it is the only one other than Roxas's to still be open. This battle has given me a hard time too. But we're near the end of the game, so there ought to be some tough battles.
Only you could have made it this far in one piece, Roxas.
That's really getting old.
Different name, same fate.
Neat trick.
Do you feel it? The moon's power. Moon, shine down.
He mad. He mad. I would have liked to do this with my other ability, but I don't have it yet, so we're just gonna deal. This move might look familiar to you, because it is the same one that those berserker enemies had, and he's got a berserk meter, so it all works out.
No exit.
You mad again?
Shine down. Move aside.
I missed.
I misjudged you.
Take this. Yeah. It's over. Take this.
Moon, shine down.
It's over.
Caught him.
Yeah.
Grab it. Pick it up.
Yeah. Back off.
Misjudged you.
Kneel. Back off.
Moon, shine down.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it. Yeah.
Get him out of there right away. Pretty good timing.
Yeah. This is it.
No exit. Want to see that? No exit. Shine down.
Did I say he mad? Because he mad.
Yeah. This is it.
I misjudged you.
Take this.
If I had a heart.
That's actually one of the best fights I've ever had with him.
Why? Kingdom Hearts. Where is my heart?
I don't get it. Why has everybody been calling me Roxas?
Because, Sora. Roxas is your nobody.
My... nobody? But that's crazy. I never turned into a heart... Oh. Right.
It was when you came to rescue me. Remember?
Xemnas was the one who found Roxas. He could use the Keyblade because he was your nobody. That's why Xemnas brought him into the organization. But Roxas betrayed them. After that, I fought him because I thought it would help you wake up. I lost. But the next time we met, I made sure I was the stronger one.
Why don't you quit?
Come on, Sora. I thought you were stronger than that.
Huh? Get real. Look which one of us is winning.
So it's true. You really are his nobody. Guess Diz was right after all.
What are you talking about? I am me. Nobody else. How many times do I have to beat you?
All right. You've left me with no other choice.
What?
I have to release the power in my heart. The dark power that I've been holding back. Even if it changes me forever.
I have accepted it. Diz, he could feel Sora.
Oh, he told you how he felt, did he? Ridiculous. And nobody cannot feel anything.
If he had met Sora, things might have been different.
Maybe I didn't need to fight him after all. I think he left the organization because he really wanted to meet you.
Roxas. I wish I could meet him too.
All right, let's go.
Oh snap, there were more reports. Alright, well we'll just wait until we get number 11 and read the other ones. Ah, the door's open. Huzzah!
Handsome?
I'm a fool. I spent years studying the workings of the heart. Yet it seems I still haven't learned a thing.
What do you mean?
The process of encoding hearts is incalculable. The inhabitants of my twilight town were data created from real hearts. I was convinced that they would think and behave the way I had envisioned, but I couldn't have been more wrong. A heart is so much more than any system. I saw it when Roxas and Kyrie crossed paths. I knew, but I was too stubborn to accept it. It's always the same. I try to wrap my mind around things my heart already knows, only to fail. While I was trying to bring Sora back, I had so many plans in store. But once Sora was an acting force, they fell apart. All my research amounted to nothing compared with that one boy's heart.
Handsome, I'm ashamed.
All the more proof that hearts cannot be contained by data. Run, my friend. It's going to self-destruct, and anything could happen.
What? Your Majesty!
Sora, the rest is up to you. And Roxas, I doubt you can hear me, but I am sorry.
Handsome!
My heart is telling me what I must do. Please allow me to do what it says.
No! Riku!
His heart's decided. We can't change that.
I was wondering who would dare interfere with my kingdom hearts. And look, here you all are. How convenient for me. Ansem the Wise. You look pathetic.
Have your laugh. I deserve as much for failing to see you for the fool you are.
Students do take after their teachers. Only a fool would be your apprentice. After all, none of this would have happened without you. You are the source of all Heartless. It was your research that inspired me to go further than you ever dared.
I admit, my disregard brought chaos to more worlds than one. But what were you seeking? You erased me from the world, only to take my name and continue research better left forgotten. Is this the answer you've been looking for?
All that and more. I'm carrying on what you yourself began, and I'm creating a brand new world, one heart at a time. I thought you'd praise me, but all you ever do is hold me back. I understand, though. Unlike me, you have a heart, and you're powerless to control it. Consumed by the jealousy you feel toward the student who surpassed you.
Xehanort, foolish apprentice of a foolish man. You have surpassed nothing, only proved how little we both know. We may profess to know the heart, but its essence is beyond our reach. We're both ignorant, as oblivious as when we began. I'm afraid that any world you try to create, any world of yours, would be an empire of ignorance. That is why you and your creation are destined to fall. We've said enough. Rico, you know what to do. King Mickey, my friend, forgive me. Farewell.
Riku! Riku!
Wow!
Riku!
Ansem did say anything could happen.
Riku, you gonna take that off?
Oh.
What was that?
His eyes couldn't lie.
Lie? And just who were you trying to fool? Huh? Huh?
Myself.
Riku, come on, man. Why did you try to do so much on your own? You've got friends, like us.
Have you forgotten? I'll tell you why. Because I'm not a total sap like you.
Say that again. What should we do, Riku?
We must defeat Xemnas. He's the organization's last survivor.
Right.
Come on.
There's number 11. So now we can have Riku in our party. What's he got going on? Eternal Session. Him, I'm actually going to put some gear on. And then I can read those other two entries. If I can remember where they are, because I always forget. There we go. I was reunited with an old friend at Castle Oblivion, but was unable to disclose my identity. If he knew the situation, he would likely try to stop me from carrying out my revenge. As much as I would dearly love to converse with him as in the old days, that is now but a hopeless dream. My friend has been fighting in the realm of darkness. Most likely he found his way here through Traverse Town. Like Castle Oblivion, that village also rests on the cleft between light and dark. It consists of the remnants of worlds whose hearts have been stolen by the Heartless. It is where those who have barely escaped the destruction of their worlds eventually find themselves. This realm between is quite unstable, with corridors of darkness appearing from time to time. Whenever a world disappears, some of its inhabitants must arrive here through these corridors. Surely Sora traveled these same corridors of darkness when he first came to Traverse Town. seems my friend, fighting in the realm of darkness, appeared in Castle Oblivion through a corridor of darkness constructed by Organization 13. My new ally Riku also effected his return via one of these corridors. He swore to me he would give his all for his best friend Sora. In fact, Sora's memories have been slow to return. Thus I have asked Riku to bring me another Sora, his nobody. Sora is indispensable if I am to achieve my goal. I require the Keyblade-wielding hero to fly through the realm of light and defeat Organization 13. Apart from Naminé, nobody's retained their memories of their time as humans, but Sora's nobody, Roxas, has lost Sora's memories. This is likely because Sora's time as a Heartless was short, having recovered his heart and returned to his human form soon after leaving behind Roxas, his nobody. It would seem Roxas is much like Naminé. Naminé is Kairi's nobody, but came into being via Sora's body and soul. Likewise, Roxas is Sora's nobody, but was left behind because Sora's Heartless regained human form using Kairi's heart instead of his own. It may be that Sora's memories are slow to return because half of him, that is Roxas, is still lacking. I must convert Roxas into data and return him to Sora. As a member of Organization 13, it was exceedingly difficult to bring Roxas in. Having lost to Roxas once, Riku laid everything on the line and used the power of darkness in their second battle, only just managing to bring Roxas back with him. But Organization 13 grows ever nearer. Here, Twilight Town is where Roxas was reborn as a nobody. This is where Roxas first encountered Organization 13 and joined its ranks. They are bound to search this place thoroughly. First, I shall convert all of Twilight Town into data and construct a world duplicate in Sora's memories. I shall place Roxas within that world to live out his days and regain those memories. There is little time. The organization schemes must be making steady progress as well. Right back into it.
Back off! Take this! Give me strength!
Alright. Moving forward. Now let's go.
Give me strength! It's over! Back off! Yeah! Back off! Heal!
There's one berserker. What the crap? Just goes right back into it. I can't get anything on it.
Back off! Take this!
Man, that was out of control. This one's gonna go a bit long. I'm gonna keep trying to trigger this thing I want to have on the forms. Meanwhile, she gets a bit farther in.
This is it! It's over! Take this! Give me strength!
I remember taking this one to work before.
Yeah, back off.
Oh, you know what?
This is it.
I'm not sure it can work with Riku in my party. There's two ways to go here. Oh, I know that. I'm seeing things. Don't mind me. No, nobody to fight here? I'm surprised.
Sora! Riku!
There's so many.
There's gonna be no end to this.
Together we can stop them.
Be gone from here. Leave these creatures to us.
But there's no way we could take them all.
I will be sending them after Xemnas. Or perhaps you would rather fight them yourself.
Frankly, my dear, I'd rather run.
Off with you then.
Well, if it ain't the Boat Boy King.
Time to weigh anchor, Captain Pete.
What, like abandoned ship? I don't think so.
Sora, your majesty, do not forget, when I've destroyed them all, this castle shall be mine!
Now looky here. Opportunities like this don't come along every day, you know.
Someone got tweaked with Maleficent when she got brought back to life.
Bring 'em on!
Enemy of my enemy, I guess.
We gotta hurry.
But
they're doing what their hearts command. We can't interfere.
Well, I mean...
Oh, my Kingdom Hearts. Ruined. No. I'll have to start all over again. Warriors of the Keyblade, go forth and bring me more hearts.
No!
Denizens of light, answer this. Why do you hate the darkness?
Huh, we don't hate it. It's just kinda scary. But the world's made of light and darkness. You can't have one without the other, because darkness is half of everything. Sorta makes you wonder why we are scared of the dark.
It's because of who's lurking inside it.
Then allow me another question. You accept darkness, yet choose to live in the light. So why is it that you loathe us who teeter on the edge of nothing? We who were turned away by both light and dark, never given a choice.
That's simple. It's because you mess up our worlds.
That may be. However, what other choice might we have had?
Just give it a rest. You're nobodies. You don't even exist. You're not sad about anything.
Very good. You don't miss a thing. I cannot feel sorrow. No matter what misery befalls the worlds, no matter what you think, what you feel, or how you exist.
Guys!
You know, I was gonna save this for the next video, but too late now.
Take this! Take this!
Come closer.
Okay. You can actually fight him in Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix in Hollow Bastion. A fight that was not in the original game, or even like implied to be in the original game. One of those things you can tell that they added later in order to expand the lore, preparation for the franchise.
Back off! Take this!
There was a line too that Sayek said, "Now we can end this charade." That is a line that has been never fully answered what he meant by that. It was pretty clear that Axe and Sayek were working together to ultimately overthrow Xemnas and take the organization for themselves. And it's implied that Xemnas knew they were doing that. But Sayek gets killed right after that. We never really know what Sayek was trying to do at that point.
Take this!
Come closer.
See if I can get it this time. This thing has 3 options. The closer you get, the longer you wait, the better it is, but it's really easy to miss. Nah, I got the second one. It's fine. Yeah, that went pretty quick. I think I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed here. That's alright. A little less hassle during fights.
Sora! Where are you?
Sora! Answer me!
You're okay.
Where's Xemnas?
Hear me, Kingdom Hearts. It seems we must begin anew. But know this. I will give to you as many hearts as it takes. Mark my words. You can no more be complete without me than I without you. Heed me, Kingdom Hearts. Lend me your power so that we may be complete. The power to erase the fools that hinder us.
Xemnas! No!
Hearts quivering with hatred.
Xemnas! Don't!
Hearts burning with rage.
You never win!
Hearts scarred by envy. That fool Ansem said the heart's true nature was beyond his understanding. But it's not beyond mine. Hearts are the source of all power.
Xemnas! You can't hide from us!
We're not gonna let him get away now.
Look at that!
What's going on?
Kingdom Hearts.
Let's go. Xemnas must be inside.
The worlds gave us this doorway. They want us to be the guardians of their destiny.
Once we go through, there's no turning back. It's victory or oblivion. So, Sora, are you ready?
One more report. Tomorrow, Sora awakens. My long and drawn-out revenge is nearing its end. Xehanort, who took everything away from me. Though as a Heartless he is no more, as the leader of Organization 13, his ambition once again is to capture Kingdom Hearts, the most colossal heart of all. His Heartless had attempted to draw out the great darkness of Kingdom Hearts, created from the hearts of all worlds. His nobody, however, is now almost finished gathering human hearts to be assimilated in Kingdom Hearts as well. The Fool. Only one mystery remains. How did Xehanort manage to open the door that appeared in the basement of my castle? No, any theory posited now when everything is nearing completion would be meaningless. Roxas, Ansem, Naminé, they defy all logic, yet here they are, singular exceptions to the rule. The theories proposed by me and Organization 13 have been blown to pieces by a handful of strong-hearted individuals. Sora, Kairi, Riku. Ah yes, Riku. Though his heart had its weaknesses, making it prone to darkness, he found support in the hope he discovered beyond suffering. This hope allowed him to stand his ground and turn the darkness in his heart from an enemy into his greatest weapon. When all this is over, it is my fervent hope that he will be able to return with Sora to his island. If I can, I should like to return to Radiant Garden to look once more upon the beautiful water, the lovely flowers, and the hopeful smiles of the people. Dear King, my friend, I believe that at some point in time you will come across these, my truthful accounts. How I wish I could have chatted with you again. I was a fool, obsessed with revenge. Forgive me. So it has been said that Xehanort had weird powers, and then he was able to open the door to the heart of Radiant Garden. Ansem doesn't know how he did that, but there's only one way that we know of that can open that door, and it is a Keyblade. So it's here implied very strongly that Xehanort has the ability to wield the Keyblade. But for some reason Xemnas doesn't seem to be doing so, otherwise you'd think he'd be out there gathering hearts himself. But he doesn't have a... maybe not have like a base. He may not have a base to go back to, like Roxas, because Sora was still around at that time. Oh, got out my drive attack. Again. So that's it for the story bits of this episode. I have been attempting to document something on camera for you in regards to form usage here. It's something that could have happened right away after that Roxas fight. And yet, it still hasn't happened. I don't know what's holding me back here. I wasn't really trying to be coy about it or drag it out, but it's purely random. It's not something I can force. Much to my annoyance. Very important. It's related to why I can't get that puzzle piece up there yet.
Let's go!
With that before. Oh, good. Still got my drive.
Let's go!
Man, what the hell?
Back off! This is it! Back off! Take this! Yeah! Take this! This is it! Yeah. Take this.
Actually, man is not giving me any grab bar.
Yeah.
Just realized that.
Yeah. It's over. This is it. Give me strength! Take this! Feel! Yeah! It's over!
Spent so much time on this now, I don't just want to give up and do it off camera.
This is it! Fight! Heal! Yeah!
I didn't use forms enough throughout the game, and like I didn't trigger anti-form enough times or something weird like that. Who knows what it is with these games and their requirements and stuff like this. It's funny that 12 years later, the actual mechanism for this has never been answered. People don't know for sure still how to actually make this happen. They know it has to happen here. They know it's here while using a drive form. And they know after what point you can get it to happen, but other than that, it's just random.
Deal! Back off! Take this! Back off! Light!
Nothing.
Take this! Heal! It's over! Yeah! Take this!
I think I'm going to take this down to the next save point. And then in the episode, this is already really long anyway. Just do it off screen and I'll show you what it is after that, I guess. Alright guys. I tried to make it happen on screen, but I'm not going to drag this episode out any longer, and I'm definitely not just going to do an episode where I'm running around popping in and out of drive forms, because I'll have nothing to talk about and that'll be really boring. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.